As the COVID 19 outbreak worsens, India crosses the 50,000 mark, there's another issue that is making news, that of the migrants. Opposition parties across state governments have now taken upon themselves to incite the migrants to go back home. To discuss more on this, we have with us Harsha Bhatt. Harsha, first question. The opposition parties are inciting the migrants to head back home. Why?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of self-styled intellectuals and these, especially the Congress Party intellectuals, the ones who wouldn't waste any time in, brandishing checks for payment of train fare and the like, are continuing with their optics and dramatics, and they're busy trying to get these migrants who, whether they want to or not, they're inciting these migrants to even walk back home. So we had reports, or Swaraj also had reports, where opposition party leaders from the Hindi states were seen calling up migrants over the phone and asking them to return. They've been sharing videos of how these laborers are walking back home now that the trains have cancelled. They jumped their guns and made it about builder lobbies. Apparently, the builder lobby met the CM, and that's when the trains have been cancelled. But you see, the secretary of the Labour Department, at least in Karnataka, here where they're accusing that, after the builder lobby meeting, the CM cancelled the train. The secretary of the Labour Department himself clarified the decision was taken. First thing, it is a temporary decision. It's not like trains have been shut off permanently. Also, this was taken much before the meeting with the builders. He has clarified himself that he was present at both the meetings. Yes, the builders were worried about labor leaving the city and how they would cope up with economic activity after that. But the kind of furor that the opposition parties, the NGOs have been creating, that is definitely not the ground reality, because right from the beginning of the COVID operations in the state, if you see, there was a special helpline launched where it was a Swiggy or a Zomato for the poor and the laborer class there. So you could call up the helpline and have food delivered for yourself. Food kits were being given to them, and the latest we hear is the Labor Department even asked the landlords and the house owners to accommodate these laborers. The state is trying to do its best to retain. Definitely, it is not wanting that the labor go home, but it is definitely not working to put them in any greater trouble.
Harsha, from the first day, since the country has been dealing with the outbreak, the question has always been of avoiding a community transmission. So, as these migrant workers head home, say by inciting of the opposition parties or by themselves, isn't a number of risks that they face also should be taken into account?
Oh, obviously, see, while the natural feeling of the migrants may be to want to return back home in times of trouble, but let us pause and see what is the kind of risk they face while moving back. First of all, hundreds and thousands of them aboard a train. The trains, yes, have been sanitized, the food is being, but you also see scenes where they're throwing off the food that has been given to them. Now, quality is a question, but all these incidents have to be accounted for. And when they reach the destination, where would they be accommodated? How would they transport from the railway stations be facilitated? They would have to be quarantined, and once they complete their quarantine, they will not be having enough employment options, given that most of them are here to earn their living. And with the opposition parties, how is it that all these NGOs and other activists are not worried about a community spread of the coronavirus? The opposition in the state could have held its horses and know that the SOPs that were issued by the Union Ministry of Home Affairs was talking about stranded laborers. These migrant labor here are not the same. They're not really stranded for, if you really consider, they're here to make a living, and most of them have called Bangalore their home for a lot of months and years now. So why do you want to incite workers when the government is doing its best to retain them here?
Well, absolutely. The hypocrisy of the NGOs and the opposition parties has not been uncanny. I mean, in the beginning, they were worried about the food security of these migrants, and now they're putting them in a position where it becomes difficult for them to attain those same services. But Asha, one more question. Isn't this also about balancing what the migrants may want against what is good for them? For instance, some migrants may really want to go back home, and some migrants may want to stay now that the economic activities reopening. They are beginning again.
Absolutely. See, one thing is the way it has been communicated. They themselves are accepting that yes, the communication wasn't right, or they've not yet got the message right across to the migrants, which might have led to this kind of a communication gap between the system and the laborers. But you cannot discredit the government for putting the whatever it has done in place. 1 lakh odd workers turn up at a site where the capacity is to move around a few thousand. So how do you account for that? And if you ask what was there not enough time, the order came before the lockdown was lifted, and generally they were not expecting any movement of people before the second lockdown was lifted, right? So on 29 the order comes and third people were to be moved, so there was a little bit of confusion among that. So you will have to give them time for a systematic mobilization of these people, and based on what the urgency is. So you will have to have a different approach. Obviously it is one thing, see, one thing for someone from Delhi to move back to UP maybe, but for somebody from a Karnataka or a Tamil Nadu, all the way from Bangalore to Chennai, you go back to West Bengal and Uttar Pradesh, there are so many questions to be answered. So on one hand you want to facilitate their movement, but the bigger issue is to control the spread of the virus.
Right. Thank you so much for those insights, Harsha. And we really hope that these self-styled liberals and NGOs would take the greater picture into account and not just their petty interest, and would put migrants in a better position. Thank you so much, Harsha.